Hey guys, it's Jonah here, back with another beer review, and yeah, it's the start of something new because I'm doing the first beer from the Good Beer Revolution edition of the Beer 52 magazine. Now, this beer is Ad Astra, and I am almost convinced that Ad Astra is Beer 52's own brand. Um, I have no proof because when you look at their website and I've even had a look at Company's House to try and work it out, trying to do my best detective work, but it says nothing. Um, but I'm pretty convinced there is definite connection business-wise with Beer 52. But anyway, that's not what I was going to show you. Oh, the other thing is there is not anything to do with Ad Astra in the magazine. But what there is this, oops, I should say this, Cafe Direct, which is a coffee company. It's a fair trade coffee company. I think, if I remember, they're Colombian. I'm sure I read it in here. But anyway, never mind. But this is a coffee stout, a coffee collaboration, Cafe Direct and Ad Astra. It even says down the bottom, dark brew coffee porter. Very, very interesting. I quite like that. And it's got some nice view. Yeah, over the mountains and stuff. And it tells you a little bit about Cafe Direct. From day one, Cafe Direct has been a purpose-led business with genuine partnerships with coffee farmers who deserve better, etc., etc., etc. This approachable coffee porter presents straightforward yet lively experience. It's clean bitterness, courtesy of Magnum hops, which are a very common bittering hop, by the way, harmonizing with the molten hop character. Delicate notes of spice and citrus later emerge. The coffee blend imparts milk chocolate tones with nuance of praline, citrus fruits, culminating in a balanced and enjoyable brew. Sounds pretty good to me. And what have we got in there? Water, barley, coffee, hops, and yeast. Nice and simple. But it was made, brewed, and canned by 4Pure in Southeast London. They're doing a lot of those lately. Alcohol is 4.2 of the percent, and this is important for coffee. It's a certified B corporation, and they hate pregnant ladies, as everyone does. Get rid of the pregnant ladies, as all these beers are trying to do. They are very prejudiced against pregnant ladies. Absolutely ridiculous. You would have thought brewing would be woke these days, but no, they ban pregnant ladies from everything. I'm going to champion beer for pregnant ladies. It's my goal. Right, so let us try and over this. I haven't had it in the fridge, so I'm slightly concerned. So I'm going to do a very, very good pressure test, just in case it came all over my hands, which it did, and a little bit on my trousers as well, but never mind, not too much. There you go. That is what happens when you put coffee in beer, people, and when you don't put your beer in the fridge. But you know what? It's a porter. Stouts and porters you shouldn't really put in the fridge. Oh, I'll tell you what, I'm going to do a bit of a slower pour because otherwise that head is going to be ridiculous, as Harry Potter says. There we go. There we go. Did a gentle pour, and look what happened. Ridiculous. Actually, let's do a quick fingering of the beer. So 2 fingers. Off-white head. Quite large bubbles there. Basically, they're going to disappear very soon. Carbonation type bubbles. Shall we do one of these today? We're given the opportunity to do one of these. Boom. And you will see if that's worked or not, and I'll put that on the front page. The thumbnail, if you like. Oh, and this is all about the dark stuff. It's all about coffee. There is that sweet bean, like that green kind of coffee thing. There's a little bit of sweetness there too. Not sure there's much hops there. I think they just said that because although Magnum hops you can use as a dual purpose hop, i.e. you can use it for bitterness and flavouring and aroma, but in something like this, unless you put an absolutely shed load of hops in, which I don't think they have, are you going to be able to pick out the hops? You might get a little bit of kind of green generic kind of hop profile, but I doubt there'll be much more than that, to be honest. There is something spicy in there too, which is cool. I'm just looking over here because I have the malt bill as per the beer 52, because it doesn't say on the can, and they say they've got chocolate bee, Cara Munich 2, standard barley, which I don't know why you'd put that on there, Munich malt, and Pilsner malt, which is quite cool. So perhaps that would be a little bit opaque if it was not such a dark beer, but that's about as dark as things come, which is interesting for a porter, because don't forget this is a porter, not a stout. This is interesting. Not that there's that much difference. Traditionally, there used to be, but the crossovers have got so complex. You can more, unless it's a specific style like a dry stout. Can I say a dry porter or a sweet porter or a red porter or something like that? Stouts and porters cross over quite a bit. Okay, what am I looking over there for? Don't know. Please consider subscribing to the channel, doing all that jazz, and make sure you click like to the video, even if you haven't liked it. Cheers and beers. Oh, oh, this one is all about the dark things. We've got coffee first. We've got some graininess. We've got some bitter dark chocolate. Oh, we have got not so bad on the astringency. There is a little bit, but we've got some dark sort of like real kind of bitter, dark, almost dirt like, licking the tarmac on the road, that kind of stuff. Bitumen. Oh, gnarly as anything. There is a bit of that bean. Obviously, it's coffee, so you're kind of getting that bean kind of taste. Am I a coffee expert? Not really. I do like the occasional coffee. Don't really drink it at home, but when I'm out, I'll drink a coffee. I like an espresso, double or triple. That doesn't surprise me. Probably wouldn't surprise you guys either. But yeah, I'm not good enough to distinguish single estates and single countries in my coffee. I just go for whatever the blend is in current Starbucks or Costa or wherever, Wild Bean even, wherever you get your coffee from. Let's have a look at Foam Watch. There's some nice kind of lacing there. That looks almost like a prancing lion. There's his face. He's sticking his tongue out in Foam Watch, all the way back to his tail over there somewhere. And I haven't been drinking. This is the first one I've had of the day, but I am really interested in Foam Watch. I mentioned Charlie Bamforth, Dr. Charlie Bamforth. His reading some of his papers, because brew science is quite important. And I do that sometimes. Read some of his papers about formation of head or foam, as he likes to call it. Really, really interesting stuff. Let's go in for some more. Oh. I'm trying very hard to pick out the hops, and there is a little bit of bitterness, hop bitterness, which is causing my mouth to kind of water a little bit. However, trying to pick it apart from the astringency and the bitter taste from the coffee, I can't do it. I have failed, dear viewer. No, there's no way you'd be able to taste the individual. You could put whatever hop essentially in there you'd like, but yeah, a nice bittering level anyway, which is cool. There is also a little bit of sweetness. Now, it's not like having a dulce leche. Is it a dulce leche or whatever? It's not like a milky sweet coffee. This is definitely a dark coffee, maybe not as strong as an espresso style coffee, but a really dark kind of filter coffee, in the French style perhaps. But it's definitely got some sort of sugar, some residual sugar from the kind of the process. This is definitely not a sweet porter. It's not got any lactose in it, for example. It's just a little bit of leftover kind of yeah, sweetness from the maltings. They haven't let it yeah, ferment out all the way. It's not really dry. It is a little bit watery. This isn't a thick beer either. And at 4.2, I think it was, if I remember rightly. Yes, there we go. 4.2. Dun, 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 he says. And of course, the camera does not focus on the 4.2. But that is, dear viewer, what this beer is. Yeah, it's not thick, it's not even average. I'd say it's a reasonably watery beer, but just with a tiny bit of sugar in there, or sugars from the malt, should I say. Um, yeah, it's not a dry stout like a Guinness, for example, but then that would be a stout, wouldn't it? This is a porter, a bit more robust. Interesting. That last sip was a little bit sweeter, but I'm a firm believer, especially with beers that potentially have been sitting for a while. Wow, I've just seen, don't know if you can see this boy here. Looks like a Jurassic Park kind of dinosaur with a big long neck coming up here. Diplodocus, or like I say, Diplodocus. Yeah, really, really cool. I have very much enjoyed that one. And for just having malts in there without any kind of, I mean, I suppose it had the Munich malt or the Pilsner, which kind of is based on around a wheat. But it doesn't have any oats in there, definitely. That has left some lovely tide lines. Really, really nice head formation in that bad boy, which obviously I like. So this beer, the first of the new box, absolutely lovely. Cafe Direct and Ad Astra Dark Brew Coffee Porter. Really, really good. I think I'm going to enjoy these ones. Although, flicking through the magazine, I haven't read it cover to cover, but a quick flick through that magazine, very, very strange. I'm not sure exactly um, why they would do this. I know they do this every kind of year. They have a magazine which is about, breweries that are good to the environment, perhaps, or good to their staff, or in this case, working with fair trade companies. They can be a little bit kind of tenuous sometimes. This one was okay. The coffee was, I do understand that coffee and coffee farmers and all that kind of stuff need some help, shall we say, need some love. So when you go for have your coffee, make sure you're doing a fair trade example, and everything will be good. This has been Unclejona, drinking beer to entertain the masses. Please take care of yourself, take care of each other, and I will return with another fine beer review real soon.